The Lok Sabha would take up debate on opposition-sponsored no-confidence motion against the Narendra Modi government brought by the TDP and opposition parties on Friday, with Speaker Sumitra Mahajan admitting the notice. The House will take up the debate on the motion on Friday, July 20th. The discussion will be held for the full day, followed by voting on it, Mahajan announced in the House when it reassembled after the lunch break on the first day of the monsoon session of Parliament. She also said that there will be no question hour on that day and the House would have no other business, barring the discussion on the no-confidence motion. Earlier, the Speaker had announced that she would announce the date for the debate in 2 to 3 days. Stay tuned for live updates. July 18, 2018, 1:48 p.m. East. The discussion on no-confidence motion to take place on Friday in Lok Sabha. Narendra Modi government will face its first no-trust motion in the Lok Sabha during the last year of its office. The motion was moved by TDP MP Kasineni Srinivas. The Speaker admitted the motion as over 50 opposition party MPs stood in its support. On the first day of the monsoon session of Parliament, Telugu Desam Party (TDP) moved the motion, which was admitted by Lok Sabha Speaker Sumitra Mahajan. The Congress led by former party president Sonia Gandhi was seen pressing for the motion in the lower house in what could turn out to be a test of opposition unity ahead of the general elections next year. July 18, 2018, 1:07 p.m. East. Lok Sabha proceedings began on a stormy note on the first day of the monsoon session today, with members from the TDP and the SP trooping into the well as they sought to raise various issues. Take a look at News 18's Creative. July 18, 2018, 12:48 p.m. East. Rajya Sabha remembers 8 former members. The Rajya Sabha today mourned the passing away of 8 of its former members, including Shanaram Naik, Balkavi Bairagi, and Ashok Mitra. On the opening day of the monsoon session of Parliament, Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu mentioned the passing away of former members Vishwasra Ramrao Patil, Mohammed Amin, Mitra, Bairagi, Kameshwar Paswan, Naik, Surinder Kumar Singla and M. Jacob. July 18, 2018, 12:38 p.m. East. Congress MP Shashi Tharoor today raised the issues like mob lynching and his office being vandalized by the youth wing activists of the BJP on day 1 of the monsoon session. The Thiruvananthapuram MP said the attack on his office wasn't only an attack on constitutionally provided office but a larger attempt by ruling party to destroy the idea of India. Swami Agnivesh was also attacked. We shouldn't stand by as mob lynching. The Congress Lok Sabha member said the BJP and Sanghi Gundas orchestrated the incident. Today at Yuva Morcha, BJP vandals attacked my constituency office in Thiruvananthapuram. They poured black engine oil on signs, doors, walls. We have all been warned. The BJP's answer to the simple question, have you given up the dream of a Hindu Rashtra, is apparently vandalism. That is the face they have shown in Thiruvananthapuram today. Most Hindus will say these Sanghi Gundas do not represent us, he wrote on the microblogging website. Congress workers throughout Thiruvananthapuram undertook solidarity marches in protest against BJP vandalism. Many thanks for their unflinching support. At Incindia Twitter.com/FXUbergspard, Shashi Tharoor, at Shashi Tharoor, July 16, 2018 Laughably, some at BJP for India supporters on social media are claiming the vandals weren't at BM members at all. Well, they called some media to publicize their vandalism. They poured black engine oil on signs, doors, walls. The BJP's answer to the simple question, have you given up the dream of a Hindu Rashtra, is apparently vandalism. That is the face they have shown in Thiruvananthapuram today. Most Hindus will say these Sanghi Gundas do not represent us. Shashi Tharoor, at Shashi Tharoor, July 16, 2018, July 18, 2018, 12:27 p.m. East. Nominated Rajya Sabha MP, boxer MC Mary Kom arrived at Parliament earlier today for monsoon session. Mary Kom, a five-time world champion and Olympic bronze medalist, scripted history by becoming the first boxer to claim 5 gold medals at the continental meet in the Vietnamese city of Ho Chi Minh. Nominated Rajya Sabha MP, boxer MC Mary Kom arrived at Parliament earlier today for monsoon session. July 18, 2018, 12:25 p.m. East, Lok Sabha proceedings began on a stormy note on the first day of the monsoon session today, with members from the TDP and the SP trooping into the well as they sought to raise various issues. As soon as Speaker Sumitra Mahajan took up the question hour, members from opposition parties, including the Congress, wanted to raise various issues, creating a din. An assertive Mahajan told members that issues can be discussed after the question hour. "I won't allow," she said, even as many members continued to raise slogans. July 18, 2018, 12:15 p.m. East, Lok Sabha Speaker admits TDP's no-confidence motion. Lok Sabha Speaker Sumitra Mahajan admits TDP's no-confidence motion. "I will notify date for discussion on no-confidence motion within a couple of days," Speaker said. "We are ready to face it," Union Minister of Parliamentary Affairs Anand Kumar said. On Tuesday, Anand Kumar said the government has majority in the Lok Sabha and it is ready to face the opposition's no-confidence motion. The BJP and the NDA will face the no-confidence motion, which the opposition wants to bring, under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Mr. Kumar told media after a meeting of the National Democratic Alliance (NDA). He said that, in the House, the NDA has huge mandate. "The people of the country have given a huge mandate to the NDA and it has a majority in the House. People have reposed faith in NDA in 21 states, so the government will face any motion which the opposition brings in the House," he said. Mr. Kumar's remarks came soon after the Congress party announced that it will bring a no-confidence motion against the Modi government in the monsoon session of Parliament and that it is in talks with other opposition parties on the issue. July 18, 2018, 11:40 a.m. East, Rajya Sabha adjourned till 12 p.m. after protest by TDP MPs over special status demand for Andhra Pradesh. July 18, 2018, 11:24 a.m. East, GOVT ready for discussion on any issue in Parliament. Modi, calling for extensive discussion in Parliament's monsoon session which began here today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi asserted that his government was ready for debate on any issue raised by political parties. Modi told reporters that discussion on several issues is necessary in national interest and urged political parties to make maximum use of the time available in this session, which will continue till August 10. He said he had always hoped for a productive session and striven for this and his government would continue to do so. "Any party wants to raise any issue, this government is ready for a discussion," he told reporters just before the beginning of the session. "The more extensive the discussion in Parliament, the better it is for the country," he said, adding that it will always help his government in decision-making. Referring to the ongoing monsoon season, he said some parts of the country have received less rain and some others are facing different problems. He called for discussion on these issues. The Prime Minister expressed the hope that Parliament's functioning will be an inspiration for state assemblies in the country. July 18, 2018, 11:22 a.m. East. Following is today's business for the two houses of Parliament. Lok Sabha bills to be introduced. The Trafficking of Persons, Prevention, Protection and Rehabilitation Bill, 2018 *, the Banning of Unregulated Deposit Schemes Bill, 2018 *, the Airports Economic Regulatory Authority of India Amendment Bill, 2018 *, the Arbitration and Conciliation Amendment Bill, 2018 Bill for consideration and passing, *, the Right of Children to Free and Compulsory Education, Second Amendment Bill, 2017 *, the Fugitive Economic Offenders Bill, 2018 Rajya Sabha Bill for Introduction, *, the National Trust for Welfare of Persons with Autism, Cerebral Palsy, Mental Retardation and Multiple Disabilities Amendment Bill, 2018 Bill for Withdrawal, *, the Armed Forces Tribunal Amendment Bill, 2012 Bill for Consideration and Passing, *, the State Banks Repeal and Amendment Bill, 2017 *, the Requisitioning and Acquisition of a Movable Municipal Property Amendment Bill, 2017 July 18, 2018 11:11 a.m. East, Ramshakal, Raghunath Mohapatra, Sonam Mansingh, Rakesh Sinha takes oath as Rajya Sabha MPs. The monsoon session of Parliament begins. Former MP and Dalit former leader Ramshakal, RSS ideologue and author Rakesh Sinha, classical dancer Sonal Mansingh and stone artist Raghunath Mohapatra takes oath as Rajya Sabha MPs. They were nominated by President Ramnath Kovind to the Rajya Sabha. The nominations were made by the President on the advice of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister's office, PMO, said. The quartet replaces cricket legend Sachin Tendulkar, yesteryear actress Rekha, industrialist Anu Aga and lawyer K. Parasaran, whose terms ended earlier this year. Classical dancer Sonal Mansingh, author Rakesh Sinha and sculptor Raghunath Mohapatra take oath as nominated members of Rajya Sabha. The 22 scheduled languages from the monsoon session starting July 18 is the upper house is providing the facility for simultaneous interpretation in 5 more languages of Dogri, Kashmiri, Konkani, Santhali and Sindhi. This became possible after Rajya Sabha Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu inducted a panel of new interpreters today by awarding them certificates of completion of training and eligibility. I have always felt that mother tongue is the natural medium to convey our feelings and thoughts without any retention, the Vice President said. Naidu said in a multilingual setting such as Parliament, members must not feel handicapped or inferior to others due to language constraints. July 18, 2018 11:07 a.m. East. I hope the monsoon session is a productive one and the time is properly utilized to discuss important matters. May the productivity of the forthcoming session and the rich levels of debate also become a source of inspiration for the various state assemblies. Any member, any party can raise any issue. We are all ready for proper discussions, PM Narendra Modi at the start of the monsoon session of the Parliament. July 18, 2018 11:01 a.m. East. As the monsoon session is all set to begin, Parliament puts a ban on the use of plastic items, including carry bags and water bottles. It would be interesting to see how water is served to the members of Parliament. July 18, 2018 10:48 a.m. East. PM Narendra Modi calls for extensive discussion on important issues of national interest during Parliament's monsoon session that began today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi seeks cooperation of all political parties and asked them to ensure that it turns out to be a productive session. PM Modi hoped that each one of them would raise issues of public importance in the larger interest of the country. While the government has claimed that, the opposition has assured them of their cooperation to ensure smooth functioning of both houses of parliament. Opposition parties have voiced their concerns during the interaction with the government. July 18, 2018 10:38 a.m. East. The Constitution, Scheduled Castes and Scheduled Tribes Orders Amendment Bill, 2016. This bill primarily seeks to transfer both the community of Jharkhand from the list of SCs to the STs list. The bill was introduced by Tribal Affairs Minister Jewel Oram when demonetization was being discussed. It focuses on issues pertaining to STs in Assam, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Tamil Nadu and Tripura. The government keeps amending the lists originally notified in 1950 based on requests made by various state governments. Higher Education Commission of India Bill 2018. Through this bill, the Union government has decided to introduce the Higher Education Commission of India in place of the University Grants Commission. HECI will focus on improving the quality of higher education. HRD Ministry has also stated that the new body will be empowered with punitive powers such as imposing fines, withdrawal of power to grant degrees, or directions to cease operations. July 18, 2018 10:36 a.m. East. With Parliament's monsoon session starting from Wednesday, several key bills are likely to be passed, tabled or debated. The Constitution, Scheduled Castes and Scheduled Tribes Orders Amendment Bill, 2016. This bill primarily seeks to transfer both the community of Jharkhand from the list of SCs to the STs list. The bill was introduced by Tribal Affairs Minister Jewel Oram when demonetization was being discussed. It focuses on issues pertaining to STs in Assam, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Tamil Nadu and Tripura. The government keeps amending the lists originally notified in 1950 based on requests made by various state governments. July 18, 2018, 10:35 a.m. East. With Parliament session starting from Wednesday, several key bills are likely to be passed, tabled or debated. The Muslim Women Protection of Rights on Marriage Bill, 2017. All eyes are on this legislation, which is currently stuck in Rajya Sabha. The bill promises to uplift the condition of Muslim women who, till date, were left at the mercy of the society after instantaneous divorce. The bill was prepared after a Supreme Court verdict struck down the practice of instant talaq. Law Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad has now, however, said that if Congress attempts to stall the bill, then even women reservation bill would not be backed by the BJP. The bill also envisages a provision for the aggrieved wife to seek subsistence allowance in custody of her minor children by moving the court. The bill will make instant talaq, proclaimed verbally, through writing or electronic form, illegal and void. July 18, 2018, 10:19 a.m. East. BJP won't push its own candidate, may back SAD's Naresh Gujral for Rajya Sabha deputy chairman's post, with opposition deciding to release the name of its joint candidate once the notification for the Rajya Sabha deputy chairman election is out. The BJP too has decided to not field its own candidate and try for a consensus to emerge. According to sources, the BJP is open to the idea of giving the deputy chairman's post to Shiromani Akali Dal, said leader Naresh Gujral. The BJP does not enjoy a majority in the House and, therefore, having its own candidate as deputy chairman will work in its favor. Leaders from the Congress and various other parties met in the office of the leader of the opposition Ghulam Nabi Azad in Parliament House on Monday to zero in the name of their joint candidate. July 18, 2018, 10:18 a.m. East. No confidence motion shadow looms over monsoon session, TDP to go first. Congress backup option. The Telugu Desam Party on Monday ramped up its efforts to move a no-confidence motion against the Narendra Modi government in the monsoon session of Parliament that starts July 18. Party chief N. Chandrababu Naidu wrote to various parties and sought their support for the motion his party seeks to move over injustice meted out to Andhra Pradesh due to non-fulfillment of promise of granting special status to the state. Since the TDP is yet to be a formal part of the joint opposition after it quit the NDA, opposition parties that met in the capital on Monday decided that in case the TDP did not press forward with its motion, the Congress and other parties should move their respective motions in this regard. Sources said leader of the Congress in Lok Sabha, Mallikarjun Kharge, raised the issue during the opposition party's meeting and called for opposition support in cornering the government over various issues confronting the country. July 18, 2018, 10:05 a.m. East. Running Parliament smoothly, shared responsibility of GOVT, opposition, Venkaiah Naidu. Ahead of monsoon session, Rajya Sabha Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu on Tuesday urged political parties to stop blame game over House disruptions, saying smooth functioning of Parliament is a shared responsibility of the ruling and opposition parties. Expressing anguish over the last two sessions of the upper house ending in what he called a lose-lose situation for all sections of the House and also the people, he urged all parties and leaders to ensure a win-W in monsoon session and sought their cooperation. He said no party can bring the House to a standstill, pressing for the government's response. He also assured that all issues will be allowed to be raised under the rules. 8 ministers and 23 leaders belonging to 20 parties attended a meeting convened by Naidu, a day ahead of the start of monsoon session. Referring to Rajya Sabha disruptions during the last session, Naidu said, no party can bring the House to a standstill, insisting on government's response even as the members and parties have a right to seek such a response. July 18, 2018, 9:58 a.m. East. Back GOVT on triple talaq, Nikazala in exchange for women's quota bill, Gov's deal for Rahul Gandhi. Day after Congress chief Rahul Gandhi offered his unconditional support to the women's reservation bill, Union Law Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad on Tuesday wrote back to him, asking for his support towards the triple talaq bill and prohibition of Nikazala. As part of the New Deal, we should approve, in both houses of Parliament, the Women's Reservation Bill, the law prohibiting triple talaq and imposing a penal consequence on those who violate the law, and prohibiting nikah zale, wrote Prasad, in his letter addressed to Rahul Gandhi. Referring to Gandhi's letter on Monday as the New Deal, Prasad has written in his letter, "As national parties, we cannot have two sets of standards in dealing with women and their rights." July 18, 2018, 9:49 a.m. East, seeking to corner the Congress. On the issue of women empowerment, the government on Tuesday urged it to provide women with a New Deal of equality and adequate representation by joining hands to pass the bills on women's reservation, instant triple talaq and nikah zale in Parliament. Law Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad, whose ministry deals with issues of reservation in legislatures and personal laws, was on Tuesday responding to a letter by Congress Chief Rahul Gandhi to Prime Minister Narendra Modi to bring in the bill on granting 33% quota to women in Lok Sabha and state assemblies. He wrote to Gandhi suggesting that the Congress and the BJP join hands to get the three bills, as well as the measure on providing constitutional status to the National Commission on Backward Classes, passed in Parliament. July 18, 2018, 9:32 a.m. East, closing ranks. Leaders of opposition parties in the Lok Sabha, including the Congress, CPI-M, Samajwadi Party, NCP, IUML, CPI, RJD and some other parties, wrote to Speaker Sumitra Mahajan, accusing the BJP of denigrating rules and the Constitution, which lowered the dignity of Parliament and the chair. Mahajan had last week written to opposition parties expressing concern over the frequent disruptions in Parliament and asked them to introspect while ensuring that the dignity of Parliament was not undermined. The opposition leaders asked Mahajan whether she had also written to the Leader of the House, who is the Prime Minister, asking him to put a full stop on such subversion, as witnessed in the budget session. If the BJP would like to push the row over Gandhi's remarks into the political center stage, opposition parties, which are cozying up to take on the ruling NDA, were keen to target the government over its alleged failures on the economic front, nationwide cases of lynching, political crisis in Kashmir and price rise. July 18, 2018, 9:32 a.m. East, at an all-party meeting, Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Tuesday sought cooperation of all political parties and asked them to ensure that it turns out to be a productive session. Addressing a meeting of leaders of various parties, the Prime Minister Narendra Modi hoped that each one of them would raise issues of public importance in the larger interest of the country. However, BJP sources asserted that they will not take lying down the opposition offensive and will thwart attempts to corner the Modi government over issues convenient to them. The ruling party has been raising the pitch over Congress President Rahul Gandhi's reported remarks, which have been denied by the Congress, that his party is for Muslims. It has accused the Congress of Muslim appeasement and practicing divisive politics. The Congress on its part has accused PM Modi of pursuing divisive agenda to win elections after his governance failure. July 18, 2018, 9:31 a.m. East. BJP opposition set for showdown as Parliament's monsoon session begins today. The Narendra Modi-led Bharatiya Janata Party government and the opposition appeared set for a showdown in Parliament's monsoon session beginning today, with the Congress pushing for a no-confidence motion while the BJP is likely to raise Rahul Gandhi's reported statement that his party is for Muslims to corner it. Worries remain if the impasse seen in the budget session will carry over to this session, with both the government and the opposition engaged in acrimonious exchanges in its run-up over a host of issues including religious polarization, lynching incidents and banking scams. Opposition leaders on Tuesday wrote to the Lok Sabha Speaker that trends that emerged in the last session might prove lethal to the constitutional democracy if left unchecked. The last budget session was the least productive since the year 2000 after Parliament saw daily disruptions by parties on Kaveri issue, special status to Andhra Pradesh and PNB scam. The ruling BJP and the opposition Congress had blamed each other for the washout. July 18, 2018, 9:23 a.m. East. List of issues opposition will raise during monsoon session. Leader of the Congress in the Lok Sabha Mallikarjun Kharge said opposition parties will demand grant of special status to Andhra Pradesh, apart from raising issues such as lynchings, atrocities against women and Dalits and dilution of a law meant for SCs. He said that attempts to abolish reservation policy and the falling value of the rupee will also be raised in the monsoon session. The Congress has drafted a list of issues to be made part of the motion. This includes mob lynchings, unemployment, farmers' distress, women safety, alleged tampering of EVMs, the situation in Jammu and Kashmir and the government's foreign policy. The TDP had moved a no-confidence motion during the last session and has sought the support of other parties for it. Load more.